So the time I almost got scammed. Told you guys a story last night about how I picked up two Camaros from the 80s. Really nice Camaros. And I had them parked at home. I'm doing a bunch of work on them over a couple year period. And the dog's all over me this morning. She hadn't seen me in the last couple days, so she's like freaking jumping all over me. Dog hair everywhere. I started losing interest in the Camaros. I was going a different route. I picked up a 86 C10 square body, and I started working on that. I wasn't so interested in the Camaros anymore. Somebody shot me a message on, is it Facebook? Facebook or my email, I forget what it was now. And it had some doctor's name. And Dr. such and such, was how he signed off on his emails and his messages. And he says, hey, I'm interested in the Camaros. If you'd entertain, I want to send you a check. And I'm going to send a transporter to come to your house to pick up both Camaros. I says, okay, this is kind of scary because I've never done this before where somebody sends me money, signs off on it ahead of time, and then expects me to be honest and give them their vehicles. I could cash that check and tell the transporter to get bent, and there's really nothing you can do about it. Why would you trust me? Well, I'm a doctor, and it's a chance that I take, and, the amount of money that you're asking for the vehicles is, if I lose it, I lose it. It's not that big a deal. Well, I only wanted $6,000 for both vehicles, and I figured that's probably why somebody jumped on it right away, because one of them alone was worth almost $8, but I had been working on it on and off for a while, and like I said, I lost interest, and this other guy was interested in it, so I figured this guy was legit, right? So I tell him, I say, all right, let's do it. So this guy sends me a check in the mail. Through the time, from the first time that we made the deal until I actually got the check, we had talked about 4 or 5 different times, and it was extremely difficult to get a hold of this guy. He had called me from a Washington number that I didn't even know was set up through a internet service that he was calling me through, so the number couldn't be tracked. When the check shows up, on the bottom of the check it says Armor Metal Group. Armor Metal Group. And I was like, Dr. So-and-so. The doctor's name was actually a celebrity's name, which didn't trigger anything. Let's just call him Dr. Eddie Murphy. And it didn't trigger anything right away. I thought maybe this is just a coincidence. This guy has, another celebrity's common name. And the bank on the Armor Metal Group company check was Fifth Third Bank, and it was made out to me professionally, had all the money and stuff on the check. The guy says that before the check got there, I had said, hey man, something with UPS. I haven't received the delivery of the check. And it'll be there. Well, call up UPS and give them this tracking number and see where it's at. So I call up UPS instead of him doing it, give them the tracking number. They're like, oh yeah, we have a package here at the facility for you. So that's how I went and got the check. Opened it up, and sure enough, it was a professionally made out check to me from Fifth Third Bank, Armor Metal Group. Well, I type in online Armor Metal Group, and it comes back to an all-female run company that makes industrial dishwashers and appliances and stuff like that. There's no men that work there. And it didn't even look like there was men that were like the chairman of the board or the CEO or anything like that. It was something about an all-female run company at the time. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the hell is there a man's signature or name on the check, but it's an all-female run company, and it's from Fifth Third Bank? So I get a hold of Fifth Third Bank, and they won't talk to me about the situation at all. They said, go to your military bank. So then I take the check and I go to my military bank. On the way to take the check to the military bank, I get a call from the transporter. Some Hispanic guy transporting vehicles for, people all over the United States. And he says, "Hey, I'm, about an hour away to come pick up the cars." And I says, "Well, wait a second. There's something wrong with the method of payment that was sent to me. So I don't know who's paying you, and I'm not sure what's going on with this situation, but it can't happen until I get done with the bank. So I'm 10 minutes away from being at the bank." So I go to the bank. I ask to talk to the branch manager. He sits down with me. He examines the check and everything like that. He says, "It's legit. It looks like it's a real check." He gets a hold of Fifth Third Bank. He talks to them on the phone for about 45 minutes. Their account was compromised a few years ago by a company. It was hacked. And somebody has been using that specific routing number and stuff like that to create checks and make things seem like it's legit for several years, and they haven't been able to catch on to who it is. And the check was a complete phony check. And he said, what ends up happening is this: you deposit the check as a good member of the bank, as an outstanding member of the bank that you do business with us. We honor the check. You're going to get the check deposited into your account. You're going to show, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, whatever the check may be in a situation like this. It's going to show that it's there. You're going to take that money, that $1,300 or whatever it is for the transporter, you're going to give him his cash. Within a couple days, that check is going to bounce. That guy's going to be long gone with his money. You're going to have to owe the bank the remaining. Good thing you brought the check into me to let me know what was going on, so I could tell you this is indeed a phony check, a compromised, faked hack account with Fifth Third Bank, and the person that you're dealing with, it's some kind of phony ring where they would have taken your cars and they would have taken the money, and you would have been out both. Good thing you didn't make the deal. Pretty crazy how all that works. That's the time I almost got scammed. Maybe this helps somebody else out understand how these people scam others. Y'all be blessed.